God bless you and welcome to WME's The Path. It's such a blessing and an honor to have you. And today we have a very special guest and a very special word from the Lord for your life today. We have with us here in studio Gabby Armendariz. Welcome, Gabby. Gabby is a conference speaker to young people. She's also a worship leader, a singer, songwriter. Gabby, it's a blessing to have you here. God bless you.
God bless you, and thank you for having me. It's an honor.
And Gabby, we've known each other for quite a while now.
A while.
It's been many years.
Yes.
And of course, I've known Gabby God has just used you greatly as a singer and a songwriter.
Thank you.
And a conference speaker. And missions is also close to our heart.
Missions also.
I know you've been to several countries,
yes.
and in particular, you have a love for the people in Spain. Huh?
I do. I have a love for people in Spain, and it grew because you invited me the very first time back in, 2012?
2012, yes.
2012, and it was out of the blue that you invited us, but because you've been a friend of the families for a very long time, that opened the door. And so my parents felt very safe for me and my sister to go with you. You remember? Both of us. And so after that, after 2012, we went almost every year afterwards.
Yes. You actually blew me away going there so many times.
I did. It was just, my mom has this saying that you just show Gabby the way one time and she'll go again. But we went and, we grew to love the people there. We made friends there. One of my best friends lives in Barcelona. We both went to Christ for the Nations, and she married somebody from Barcelona, and so every time I went, I would go visit her. I took that as an excuse to go visit her also. But yes, you are right. Missions is very dear and near to my heart because in one of I want to say probably the third time we went together with the team that you had placed together, I remember sitting in the back of the auditorium, and I was just observing because we had finished leading worship, and it was a powerful service, and you were up there speaking, and I know I was supposed to be paying attention, but I was kind of like just sitting back and just soaking it all in, and I remember sitting back there, and God was like, Vacation Bible School. And I said, what? It's in the middle of winter, like literally. It was in November.
Yes.
And I was like, no, I think I'm hearing things. But then again, Vacation Bible School. So that November, when we came back from the trip, the whole time from November all the way to January, God was like, Vacation Bible School, Vacation Bible School. But I was like, God, they have a team there. They have a team, they have a good Sunday school teachers there for the kids. They don't need it. I didn't think they needed it. But God was just really strong, letting me know about Vacation Bible School, which we didn't go for Vacation Bible School. We went for like inner city missions.
Correct.
And so when we went, the Lord wasn't letting me go beyond that point, I reached out to the first lady from the church that always hosts us, and I told her, hey, what would you think if I said Vacation Bible School? And she just, if she could have hugged me over the phone, she would have. She was like, I've been praying for somebody to come and do Vacation Bible School here in Barcelona. And so that same day, I got everything together, and I remember I bought my plane ticket, and I waited until August, and we have all these back to school sales and stuff. I waited for that to happen, and then I got all the sales, and me and my cousin went, and I only took my carry-on with my personal stuff, but my luggage was full of school supplies and like everything to take for the kids over there, and it's not a third world country, but the need for God in the children there that was placed in my heart for them was what took over. And so anyways.
But sister, that and that's gonna lead up to what God has put in our heart today.
Yeah.
But it all started with you listening to God.
Yes.
Because I know what happened in there. I know what the result was afterwards.
Yeah.
Many souls were touched. Youth conferences.
Yes.
Hundreds in attendance.
Yes.
Many people being touched by God.
Yeah.
and many other trips. That was the beginning.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the trips.
Of
yeah.
what God would do in your life.
Yes.
But how did it start? It started by you hearing God.
Hearing God. You know, and it all started too because, you know, I was raised in a Christian home. And I like to say that I was one of the few that remained because, you know, we all have a testimony. We all have times where, you know, we question our faith or we question a lot of things in life. But, you know, I like to think that my upbringing, as far as my mom always speaking faith into my life, always speaking the word, and also my father, because they're faith-based. They're people that love the Lord, and they wanted the same thing for me. And so having that around me the majority of my life, you know, because you go to school and, you know, you meet new people, you have other influences in your life. But my parents were really strong influences in my life that led up to me not really questioning the voice of God and really learning to lean into it.
And I know Gabby. I've known Gabby personally, and I know her father, and I know her mother.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get any stronger people who love the Lord.
Yes.
Your father is a man who sold out for God.
And so is my man.
Yes. and also your mother
yes.
is a God-fearing woman who really loves the Lord.
She does.
And we're going to come back, when we come back to part 2, we're going to come back and we're going to look at something that, I don't want to say tested your faith, but helped your faith grow.
Yes.
And you don't want to miss it. We're going to come back and we're going to look at what God did and the process that God had to take Gabby through.
Yeah.
But it all started, and I love what you said, sister, by hearing God.
Yeah.
It's so easy to hear God's voice and say, well, maybe I'm just hearing things, or maybe I'm just thinking too much on it, and it's easy to set it aside. Mm-hmm. Samuel heard the voice of God, and he thought it was Eli. And God had to call him again. He thought it was Eli until he realized through Eli that it was God who was calling him. Yeah. And it's God who has called you to touch the nations and touch the world for Jesus Christ. God bless you. We'll be right back.
World Missionary Evangelism, through its wide variety of mission outreach programs, is an evangelical force in developing nations, and it all begins with native missionaries. Called by Christ to do His work, our native missionaries are first and foremost soul winners. Often facing hostile opposition, they have the courage to reach out in compassion to the lost, sharing the good news with those in their communities. But that is just the beginning of WME's evangelistic programs. World Missionary Evangelism reaches children through vacation Bible schools and Christian schools. So even as we feed the hungry bodies of little ones, we also feed their souls. For almost 6 decades, WME has been building churches in both urban and rural areas. Most of these churches are used every day of the week and become beacons of light in the areas where they serve. Churches not only provide worship opportunities, but they also offer a community gathering point, education, childcare, and even serve as feeding centers for the hungry. WME not only sponsors native missionaries, we train them. World Missionary Evangelism has local pastoral education programs for new missionaries and continuing education programs for those who've been in the field for years. WME also has Bible colleges that provide degree programs for those seeking a fuller knowledge of the Bible and Christian outreach. The evangelism in World Missionary Evangelism is not just a part of our name. It defines our mission, our focus, and is at the heart of everything we do.